When you decide to shut everything down, everything comes to a halt. You can start a complete system reset on a scenario that was getting out of control by hitting Ctrl-Alt-T-Delete. Now that the first domino has fallen, the chain reaction cannot be stopped. As the symbolic tower falls on this group, what they have spent years building is collapsing before their very eyes. You had the vision to act at the right time, but they never saw it coming. You remain steadfast in your strength and watch as their foundation crumbles, as they fumble in shock and panic. This is only the start. The fall of the first tower marks the beginning of the landscape's total reconstruction. The once untouchable clique is now directly feeling the repercussions of their behavior. In precisely 1 hour, everything will be different. For this message to reach you, the 0.1%, the cosmos has arranged itself just right. This isn't arbitrary. This is not an accident. The timing is divine. Those who are weighing you down are sent into the nothingness of their own creation when the balances that have been tilted against you for years abruptly snap back into balance. Their tower, which is based on deceit, lies, and energy theft, starts to fall apart. Now the first block comes loose. Forces beyond their comprehension watched your patience and the silent dignity you maintained as they ridiculed, degraded, and tried to erase you. Armies assembled in dimensions they cannot see while they believed you were alone. Your vindication is coming closer than cosmic clockwork. When they decided to cross you, they had no idea what they were getting into. How were they able to? While you vibrate with the cosmos itself, others do so on the frequency of ego. You exist outside the game board. They play checkers. The way strangers confide in you within minutes of meeting you, how animals relax around you, how toddlers naturally trust you while guarded adults feel mysteriously threatened. The world has always recognized your difference without knowing it. It is impossible to generate or duplicate your energy signature. It is encoded in your DNA and triggered by the hardships you have faced. Those seemingly little remarks about your appearance, voice, or eyes were actually acknowledgments from people whose spiritual vision briefly cleared enough to reveal glimmers of your true nature. Your intuition works as direct downloads from universal intelligence, not only as a gut feeling. Your innate abilities are overcoming the amnesia that followed your incarnation here, which is why you sometimes know something before it happens. Your awakening path is acknowledged by cosmic winks, such as the synchronicities that follow you, the recurring numbers, the songs that play at absolutely important periods, and the chance contacts that altered everything. While others continue to be functionally illiterate, you are becoming fluent in the language of symbols that the universe speaks. These previous years were preparation, not punishment. Every loss, betrayal, and lonely time has a purpose in the heavenly curriculum created especially for your growth. Your experience at the spiritual boot camp was intentional strengthening, not haphazard misery. Elite operatives in special forces endure things that most cannot imagine. They don't exercise like weekend joggers. Your difficulties were intended to highlight your inner strength rather than to shatter you. It was selection, not rejection, when they left you. Doors that slammed shut were shields from paths that weren't intended for your maximum progression, not impediments. You learned what cannot be taken, your connection to source energy itself, when you lost everything. Your journey through the dark night of the soul was a spiritual initiation, not merely a period of depression. The loneliness cleansed you of the craving to outside approval that holds others in slavery. The emptiness made room for rebirth, and the silence finally let you hear your original instructions. You didn't stumble here by accident. You were led. If something in your spirit is stirring, don't ignore it. Tap Join to access exclusive content, prophetic insights, and a community of purpose-driven souls. This isn't just a membership, it's your moment of alignment. Step into who you were born to be. Welcome to the Chosen. The training wheels are now removed. The medal of completion is waiting while the graduation ceremony gets underway. Those who saw your pain without showing sympathy will see you rise without being given access. Today is the last day to tolerate energy vampires. People who don't want to create their own light aren't supposed to drain yours. Those who claim to have discovered your wisdom are not supposed to take it. Those who make lack consciousness their default are not supposed to steal from your abundance. Press Control. Decide what is worthy of your valuable attention and what is not. Press Alt-Shift and change your mindset from being a people pleaser to being a power keeper. Hit Delete. Get rid of people who have consistently shown that they are unable to respect your boundaries without saying sorry or providing an explanation. You have been in energy-draining cycles well past their expiration date because you are reluctant to disconnect. Those who thought kindness meant weakness used your sympathy as a weapon against you. You continued to invest in spiritual Ponzi schemes intended to drain you because you thought they might finally get it. These relationships were beneficial to your growth. In this next great chapter, they showed you exactly what you don't want to produce. Through their transgressions, they made your ideals clear. Through their deceit, they improved your judgment. Give them a silent thank you for helping you grow, then let them go. Your entire availability is awaited by your actual soul family. While your energy is still mixed with individuals who are using incompatible frequencies, your aligned colleagues will be unable to locate you. You cannot completely engage your chosen path if you continue to be bound by out-of-date personalities and tales. Your pain during this required separation is evidence of your true heart, not a sign of weakness. Don't get caught in it. Let it pass through. The ongoing pain of staying in touch with people who are deliberately ruining your life is far worse than the momentary anguish of disconnecting. Force their actions on you. Once you understand the script, they follow predictable patterns. The dismissal disguises fear, the criticism disguises interest, and the lies hide envy of what they are unable to truly represent. They pretend to be uninterested while closely observing you. Claiming indifference, they track your movements. They deny your influence while incorporating aspects of your distinct expression. In rooms they think you'll never enter, they call your name. With perfect accuracy, the charges they make expose their own underlying habits. They revealed their dishonesty when they questioned your integrity. They admitted their betrayals when they began to question your loyalty. They acknowledged their manipulations when they began to mistrust your intentions. Their attempts to distance themselves from you reveal their fear of your power. They understand that your natural glow is far superior than their artificial light in a fair comparison. They realize that once others feel your real frequency, their fake vibrations start to interfere with spiritual senses. Your growing influence is closely correlated with their growing attacks. Their increasing efforts to shape the story around you correspond exactly with their waning power to influence your reality. As their significance in your story fades, their desperation grows. The reality about who you are cannot be changed by the telephone game they started with your name at the center. The static they produce will be visible to those who are supposed to recognize you. Those who can't tell the difference between truth and lies are best served by staying well away from your climbing timeline. The instant you refuse to follow the herd, Quit eating their poisons and stop thinking like a slave caught in a rigged game. Something in your DNA altered. Chosen ones. Everything changed. Your forebears and bloodlines sensed it. For ages, Archons feared the mutation you become. You've been waking up dimension by dimension, thought by thought, and cell by cell as the rest of the world numbs itself with distraction. If you've been touched by God's goodness, don't keep it to yourself. Click Super Thank You and sow a gift of $50 or more to help spread His light. Your giving becomes a ripple of grace, blessing hearts and building His kingdom. Let His overflow pour through you. Channelings, revelations, and sacred codes exchanged amongst individuals who recall Atlantis, Lemuria, and the lives preceding this one keep our hidden discord ablaze behind the scenes. Additionally, you get the current manifestation mechanics, which is a field manual for reconstructing reality itself rather than for manifesting trinkets. The only people who can benefit from this encoded book are those whose DNA has already started to awaken. It's not a coincidence if you're experiencing resonance right now. It's a frequency lock. The true ones are already inside, and the order is thriving. As cosmic backpay, unexpected windfalls are coming. Investments that have been forgotten unexpectedly mature. Opportunities that were previously blocked are now coming your way through recently opened avenues. Your account receives long overdue compensation, and the cosmos functions in perfect equilibrium. During this transition, your connection with effort changes profoundly. What used to require pushing stones uphill now seems like being carried by a strong current. Doors that once required battering rams now open softly. Individuals who required persuasion now come pre-sold on your idea. Even when human systems are unable to acknowledge the value created, the spiritual economy never forgets it. Even if your contributions were unnoticed in this dimension, they had an impact on others. The rewards appear right now, at the exact moment when they support your greatest development and most significant influence. This rebalancing is a cosmic recalibration, not merely justice. At last, your material experience and your energy signature match. External validation aligns with your inner values. Real power meets proportionate acknowledgement in the outside world. Your unwavering sincerity created an energetic stronghold around you that is impregnable from the outside. You just lived your truth, whereas they created complex lies that needed to be maintained constantly. Their fabrications collapsing under their own weight suddenly makes the structural integrity difference clear. Words hurled at you vanish as they come into contact with your integrity field. In mid-air, the charges they weaponize turn into confessions. Uncanny accuracy caused the arrows they targeted at your heart to bounce back toward their source. You're not here by chance. Feel the pull. Tap join to unlock truth, purpose, and a tribe that gets it. This is more than a membership. It's your calling. Their noise was overpowered by your stillness. Through your synchronized acts, you were able to communicate directly with the universe while they aired frantic narratives. Their statements produced fleeting illusions, but your constant presence generated enduring realities. Detailed explanations and defense tactics are no longer necessary. Their desperate revisionism is overpowered by the authority with which your adventure speaks. People who are able to see, distinguish between a fake image and the real thing without needing to be persuaded. Falsehood is naturally repelled by the frequency at which your truth vibrates. Deception is unable to stay close to true integrity without encountering progressively painful resistance due to basic physics, such as conflicting magnetic fields. Resonance, not marketing, is what attracts those who are in tune with your genuine vibration. They don't require translations or explanations, since they can sense the distinct vibration of your voice, your work, and your presence. Since truth is universally recognized, they feel comfortable in your energy. Anything based on illusion needs ongoing active upkeep. There is currently a serious resource issue facing the towers they built, using deceit, manipulation, and light stealing. Energy from the universe is no longer used to sustain things that defy divine order. Under pressure, their well-crafted narratives start to contradict. They begin comparing notes and identifying inconsistencies with the allies they acquired through deception. More quickly than they can fix the damage that has already been done, the facade they displayed begins to shatter in new places. Keep a safe distance from them when their unsustainable dynamics collapse. Not because you want them to fail, but because everything constructed against universal law eventually faces mathematical inevitability. The gravity of truth cannot be continuously disregarded by false constructs. Their edifice collapses because it was never securely anchored in reality, not because you shoved it. What was always unstable is only made visible by the cosmic earthquake. All that is illuminated by the divine light is what was already broken. What was already happening is simply accelerated by the universal shift. This breakdown turns into a warning that supports your alternative strategy. The protection your integrity offered is now evident to those who derided it as naive. Those who thought your restrictions were weak now see the power they produced. Those who formerly dismissed your genuineness as unmarketable now recognize its undeniable worth. Simply acknowledge the universal balance with the serene neutrality of one who always understood the transient nature of illusion, without celebrating or lamenting the unavoidable breakdown of what could never sustain. Your most meaningful teaching happens spontaneously. Just seeing you overcome obstacles with a different awareness can change people. More healing comes from your openness about your difficulties than from carefully manicured perfection. Others' latent potential is awakened by the tones of your voice. The energy that your words convey rewires brain connections in receptive listeners, regardless of the content of your statements. You address your audience's higher self directly. You challenge outmoded ideas and provide a new template for authenticity, even when you are addressing their current consciousness. Just by being who you really are, without starting crusades or calling for reformation, your inherent nature reveals potentialities that were before thought to be theoretical. Others are empowered to take off the masks they were unaware were stifling them because of your unvarnished truth. They become aware of the weariness of their own charade when they see someone living authentically. You don't have to preach to spread your freedom. Your emergence will be a threat to those who seem to want real, but are really looking for cozy illusions. People who are truly sick of lies will come to you in relief and acknowledgement. You just need to stay true to your own frequency to allow this natural sorting to happen. Your impact grows in direct proportion to your commitment to purpose rather than prestige. Impact flows through you more easily the less you reach for it. Recognition comes more readily the less you want for it. Followers will show up more easily if you don't actively seek them out. If you cease declaring moves before you execute them, your power increases enormously. Every early exposure to mismatched frequencies drains the energy required to bring your vision to life. Preserve sacred topics by shielding them from unwarranted scrutiny. Preserve the manifestation energy of your vision by shielding it from early exposure. Before they are prepared for light, seeds need darkness. Before being exposed to the outside world, embryonic creations require protective habitats. The same developmental consideration should be given to your new initiatives. Prioritize outcomes over goals or assurances. Others start a never-ending, coming soon campaign, but you build subtly until completeness demands attention. You put on shows worth seeing, while others sell tickets to empty theaters. You create substance worth containing, while others promote empty containers. Without phony urgency or deceptive scarcity, those who are genuinely intended to receive your insight will discover it at the moment that God has designated. Neon advertising and frenzied promotion are not necessary for the beings who truly share your objective to sense your frequency. Curiosity seekers are drawn to your light by the magnetic vacuum created by your stillness. In a world of oversharing and fake authenticity, your inherent mystery becomes your signature. Your words have just as much impact as the pauses in between them. According to cosmic calculations, the quality of your connections is greater than their quantity. Sending diluted messages to uninterested masses is not as effective as your voice reaching the right people who are ready to hear it. Avoid algorithmic amplification and instead rely on miraculous distribution techniques. Take note of their growing efforts to include aspects of your genuine expression. Their mimicry provides the most genuine validation of what they openly deny after years of ridiculing those same attributes. Your method operates at a level they are just starting to understand. In an attempt to gain legitimacy by association rather than genuine contribution, they desperately look for affirmation from sources that have previously disregarded you. Astute observers can see more and more of their frantic networking. As people become aware of the energy discrepancy between their private realities and public claims, their inner circle shrinks. When their masks are pulled under pressure, the exodus may start out slowly. A missed appointment here, a turned-down invitation there, before picking up speed and alternating between love bombing and anger. This change is more than just an enhancement. It's a full-scale time shift toward your true destiny. With this quantum jump in consciousness, the life you've seen in meditation and dreams becomes your waking reality. Supportive relationships show up just when you need them for your next growth. As if called upon, mentors, partners, and allies who possess the precise missing parts to your puzzle appear. Their complementary talents provide exponential growth instead of additive progress. Now is the ideal time. When you fully assert your objective without apologies or dilution, the opposition you encountered vanishes. The very elements that seem to be working against your rise suddenly seem to have been carefully planned to make you stronger. In hindsight, the challenges change to show their function as essential training. Your innate talents are perfectly expressed without coercion or sacrifice. Your special combination of skills, experiences, and vision opens up previously unattainable possibilities by clicking into place like tumblers in a cosmic lock. In an hour, the vitality that underpins antiquated relationships and processes in your life will be gone. Finally, the artificial life support that is keeping things going disconnects. With undeniable clarity, you receive the divine approval you have been seeking to proceed guilt-free. The tower stands for relationships based on duty rather than genuine connection, job routes chosen for safety rather than meaning, and ideas inherited rather than deliberately chosen, all of which are examples of buildings in your life that are constructed on flawed foundations. In your development, these constructions fulfilled their evolutionary function. Presently, they stand in the way of your growth. Only to those who are unable to recognize the freedom it offers does lightning's impact on the tower seem devastating. What truly belongs is made room for by what goes away. Higher order is actually established by what appears to be chaos. In the end, what causes temporary suffering brings about enduring tranquility. What genuinely promotes your best good is never taken away by the cosmos. Your misguided allegiance and energetic engagement were the only things keeping whatever fell during this cosmic reset from rotting from the inside out. Let what divine wisdom reclaims be released without opposition. Whether you consciously cooperate or not, this collapse takes place. Whether this shift is a painful extraction or a graceful surrender depends only on your ready involvement. Deliberate release is preferable to forcible removal. Opt for deliberate completion rather than haphazard conclusion. Press Ctrl-Alt-Delete on anything that doesn't fit your true self. Empty the cosmic storehouse without hesitation or sentimentality. Restart your world using renewable energy free from out-of-date agreements and obligations. Your instruction will trigger a system-wide refresh. The cosmic tumblers click into perfect alignment as the moment draws near with mathematical accuracy. For the precise amount of time needed for your transition, the gateway is open. The divine chronology is unaffected by speeding or hesitation, but how you see it depends on your conscious involvement. Whether you accept the accumulating charge or not, the strike still happens because the lightning has already departed the cloud. Whether or not you have planned for the tower's collapse, it nevertheless collapses. Universal law operates whether it is acknowledged or approved by humans. Those who have profited from your decline are aware of the impending change, but do not know where it is coming from. They are unconscious of shifting energetic tides, as evidenced by their growing attacks. They are aware of its impending loss, as seen by their frantic efforts to keep control. Hold fast to your core while reality shifts around you. As the commotion around reflects the need for rearrangement, keep your inner peace. Regardless of brief turbulence or convincing diversions, maintain your energy frequency. This metamorphosis signifies the restoration of divine order and goes beyond vengeance or punishment. The universe uses natural recalibration to remedy imbalance rather than punishment. Each soul receives back exactly what they have produced, increased by their cognitive awareness of what they have produced. It is your unwavering ascent, not their fall, that brings you vindication. Their devaluation is not a cosmic punishment, but rather the inevitable result of being cut off from real authority. Just as your experience serves your intended awakening, theirs serves their finest evolution. The countdown comes to a conclusion. The reset is finished. The first tower falls, and the new timeline begins to run. Your true inheritance appears in the cleared area when the dust from the crumbling skyscraper settles. This legacy focuses on your restored spiritual sovereignty and goes beyond financial wealth, though that also comes. When the cosmic vault opens, resources that were hidden until you gain the ability to properly manage them become visible. This inheritance comes with responsibilities commensurate with its strength. Perfect management, not wasteful spending, is required by the Cosmic Trust Fund. Instead of being used for individual gratification, each gift serves to elevate the group. Every skill is activated precisely when it's required for your individual contribution to the advancement of civilization. Accept this birthright without exaggerated ego or fake humility. You gained entry by being faithful during tests meant to gauge your preparedness. When no one seemed to be looking, you made decisions that showed your worth. You qualified by upholding your moral principles when making concessions would have made things simpler.